Shit. They really want to break people. I got a few ex-girlfriends I could hire. All right, let's give it a shot. All right.
There are a few things that I respect about the Jandal situation or the Jim and Randall situation. The first thing is the theory. Yeah, that's right. Although I personally don't subscribe to the notion that what's happening to our residents is some demented experiment that's just to see what someone would do in this situation, I can understand why someone would think that's the case. I can even understand someone pointing fingers and making accusations against the people who seem to know what's going on or the ones who have broke the news to them about how this place works. I mean, Jade even doubted the absurdity of this place and pointed out everyone in sight as having something to do with this elaborate hoax of an escape room.
This is something. Where did he find you? Who? Toby. Are you guys individual hires, or is this one of those traveling companies? Because, I mean, you play the whole thing pretty great. I buy it. Not him so bad. I thought you were trying a little bit too hard. But otherwise, bravo. Oh, money well spent. So, okay, so what's next? Is there like some kind of puzzle I have to solve?
He even laughed at the choosing ceremony when Frank made the decision in front of everyone to go into the box.
Wait, no! Don't go, Frank! God damn, I love this! It's scary, it's dramatic, it's, okay, whoa, big fella. All right, okay.
It wasn't until Boyd hit Jade with the Steven Seagal move and Kenny showing him Toby's corpse that Jade changed his tune and began to understand that the situation is an actual problem that needed to be solved. Randall just needed his Toby moment. And boy, did he get it. Another thing I respect about the Jandal arc was these two understood the importance of communication and discussing the possibilities of what could be happening here. Jandal spoke on the bus and in the RV, and they were outside with the drone the next day. But more important than talking is listening. Jim wouldn't listen to Victor.
What are you doing? Excuse me.
Dad, stop! What are you doing? Dad!
You don't come near him. You don't talk to him. Do you understand me?
I would never do anything.
The only thing you say right now is yes. Okay?
I'm sorry.
He's a kid. Stay the fuck away from him.
Dad!
He wouldn't listen to Jade.
There's a symbol that I've been seeing. The same symbol is in this book. And last night I found this photo. I don't give a shit about your questions and your symbol and your books.
He wouldn't even listen to Tabitha when it came to Victor.
Why is that nothing for you?
Because I think you're wrong. I know you want all this to make sense. I know you want there to be a rational explanation, but if you have been down in those tunnels, if you've seen what I saw...
Maybe that's what they wanted you to see.
Oh, God.
He called Victor an emotionally stunted freak after saving his wife and his daughter. But Sarah tried to kill his 9-year-old son, and then he calls her a scared kid. But what if the residents did what Jim and Randall did and actually compared notes? Like, hey, everybody, there's a voice on the radio. Or, hey, when Sarah and I went out to the woods, something drug our tent like it was a piece of toilet paper on a shoe. Or, hey, everybody, there are tunnels under the house where the slow walkers live. You get my point. But I suspect all of that will change in the first few episodes of season 3. In season 3, the 3 will have some answers. Julie, Marielle, and Randall have seen something and have been brought back from seeing visions that could possibly shed light on what the motives of these entities are. These 3 are the only ones that we know of that have gone that far into the clutches of a threat and made it out. But today we're just going to talk about one of the 3, and that's Julie. Victor is an important character on the show, and when we were first introduced to Victor, it was with Julie. In fact, Victor was more kind to her than anyone else on the show. He did give Ethan a staff and a musty jacket that probably smelled like ass and crayons, but he offered Julie some of his peaches, so there's that. Let's not forget how he sprung into action to get Julie out of the window first when the slow walkers came into Colony House. But this man got up early in the morning, got dressed, got his crayons, and went downstairs to draw this girl while she was still asleep. And that brings us to the part of the video where we start piecing a few things together. Victor refused the picture from Ethan that Ethan had drawn himself. He said that pictures are for things that are gone. I'm sure that made all of us think about that picture that he drew of Julie. Along with Victor wanting to share his peaches with Julie, he shared some of his snacks with Tabitha in the trailer. He also packed her some snacks in his lunchbox for her trip to the tower. It was in that lunchbox that he also included that picture he drew of Julie on the couch. Now, as I stated in previous videos, I predict that Tabitha is out and is a missing person who has been found. I predict that she will be questioned about the whereabouts of her family, and they may ask her about the contents of the lunchbox as well. She will see the picture of Julie and somehow communicate with her through a vision or a dream. Let's not forget that it was at the birth of Julie when the infamous bracelet traveled back in time. This place has been calling to the Matthews bloodline for quite some time. And I think maybe even Tabitha's maiden bloodline as well. This is why the grandfather was mentioned in the finale.
If we die, will we get to see Thomas again?
Yeah. Yeah, we will.
Grandpa too?
Grandpa too.
Maybe it won't be so bad then.
Then Jim taps Ethan on the leg with the same hand that the bracelet is on. I think Victor may have known Tabitha was going to get out. First off, he packed some snacks for her and gave her his lunchbox. Victor stated that lunchbox was for quests when he gave Ethan the staff. Victor knew Tabitha would need a picture of something that was gone to her, which at this time right now, that would be Julie. I'll even do you one better and say that when Victor met Julie, he knew that it would be her to communicate back to Tabitha. That's why he drew the picture in the first place. Victor knew that the two cars were coming, and he even tells Julie that it's a special event.
You're from one of those two cars, huh? That hasn't happened in a long, long time. It's special.
Victor also knew about the massacre at Colony House. He dug the graves and he had the rope ready so he can get out the window. This is why he said, "It's starting." Victor knows exactly what this place is. Look at his face when Julie asks him, does he know what this place is?
You've been here the longest out of anyone. Do you know what this place is?
Why was Victor packing up all his drawings? I'd hate to say it, but I think we may see the death of Victor in season 3. He gave Ethan the staff, and by that, he's passed along his spiritual authority. Check out my Ethan the Shaman video. I explained the symbolism between Ethan being a shaman and Victor being his mentor. He also donned Ethan with the jacket, gave Tabitha his lunchbox, and now Ethan is the one doing the drawing. Another clue to the Tabitha and Julie connection is the obvious foreshadowing with the drapes being pulled to the right as the moon shines on Julie, and them being pulled to the left as the sun shines on Tabitha. These two shots are also very reminiscent of the talisman. In my very first video, I mentioned how the figure on the talisman looks like one person and their reflection. However, now after seeing the sun and the moon contrast in these two scenes, I think Tabitha will mention or describe the talisman to someone who is familiar with its symbolism. I have done several videos about Tabitha before the closure of season 2, so it's pretty dope to listen back on the vibes that I picked up from Tabitha's character and see how things played out in the finale. Go check out these videos to see all the connections and clues that we made, and leave some comments down there so that we can keep the conversation going. Just something to think about while we wait on the next episode. That's all for my video today. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.